Okay, here's my motivational moment for this morning. I was thinking about everything this morning, and my motivation to you is success is boring. There, I think I've said enough. No, but I really want you to think about that because success is boring. Whether you're talking about work, personal life, whether you're talking about a preacher or an athlete, those consistent tasks that they need to do over and over again to be go from average to good is boring. If you were to look at what those tasks do and how many times that they have to do it, it looks boring. If you look at an athlete and they say, I have to master this skill, and then they come back and they do it over and over again, and that takes them from average to good, and then they want to go from good to great, and then they have to go back and do it even more over and over and over again. If you were to look at those tasks, those are boring. Um, but that's what makes the biggest impact. If you want to have the biggest impact on your life and the life of those around you, there are going to be certain areas of your life, unfortunately, are just going to look boring. Do you want a great marriage? And not just a good marriage, but a great marriage. It's not about being faithful for a year, 5 years, 10 years. It's about really making a difference. So your kids will look back 50 years later and say, that was a great marriage. It's not about being selfless for a week, 2 weeks, a year, or whatever it is. It's about going the extra mile forever. And that's what it looks like. And that can look boring sometimes. But that boredom or that consistency of doing those tasks that make the biggest difference, that's what it's all about. Know what those tasks are in those areas of your life. God, family, work. What are those tasks? What are those tasks in your life that might look boring that you know you have to do? And if you do those tasks, even though they look boring, what impact could you have on yourself and what impact could you have on those around you? I don't know, it's very motivating to me to know, like, man, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do to love on others. This is what I got to do to love on my family. This is what I have to do at work to be successful. And why? Not for me, but just so that can be a blessing to others and people can look back and say, they made a difference. With the time that they had, they made a difference. Don't look for that one-time thing to say, oh, this is exciting, it fulfills me temporarily because this is something different or something whatever. It's like those consistent tasks that you do in the areas of your life that matter most, those sometimes will look boring, and those will have the biggest difference in your life. Now go out and be boring.